nice.
The sharp-eared amongst you might have heard 3. Who's the third person?
Wait,
you may
let's
ask?
see. Just make noises until we think people could guess. No pitch. Noises only. Until we think people could guess who you are.
Already done.
All right.
Yeah,
Very
just
clear.
already know.
Welcome to Podlander, Drunkcast, and Outlander podcast. The proper, the main, the original, the prequel? No. The
blueprint.
The blueprint. The cornerstone. The base garment.
Yes.
The thermal layer.
The foundation.
The foundation. The beauty blender. Welcome to Podlander, Drunkcast and Outlander podcast. I'm Allison.
I'm Julie.
And I'm Janine.
We are all in the same place, y'all. This is here. Watch.
Ow! I'm so glad to be here.
Our beloved Janine is in town and gracing us with his presence, even though he abandoned us for higher education and the ocean.
I already warned you I might cry. Don't
I'm
make it happen.
definitely gonna cry. Are you kidding? I've had a rough couple months, buddy. I will cry about literally anything.
Okay.
You should have seen the number of times I cried at camping about nothing. Nothing.
I heard that it was such a beautiful experience.
It was
too.
great.
Yeah.
It was really, I had the best time. But I also cried a lot.
Well, we'll cry
this is
together.
really nice.
I did that last night. I was walking to Scotty's after I got off the train, and I was like, "These trees are so beautiful. The lights are like."
I will say this about the Pacific Northwest. Incredibly beautiful, gorgeous landscapes. The weather is incredible, but autumn is not its jam.
No.
It is a spring area. Spring in Portland is the shit when all the plants start waking up again and coming back, but fall, everything. It's like London. Everything turns brown and dies.
And like made worse because of the fires that have been going on. So like dealing with smoke and then everything. It just.
I was telling Janine that he, if he really wanted to miss Chicago, he came back on a banner weekend because A, not only is it 70 degrees at the end of October, but B, the fall color is amazing. You're going to go to an incredible wedding downtown with a person of style and taste. And
In a very cool location, too.
And you're going to be like, Chicago,
You
bitch.
You're my kind of town.
I needed my ex to maybe not be doing so good. It's doing really well. Damn it. Mm-hmm. It's so pretty here. I miss everybody.
No.
Well, we miss you too, bud. But you can drink with us remotely or not drink, as the case may be, anytime you like.
I appreciate it.
And for now, we're just going to shoot the shit a little bit. We're going to play catch up with Janine. We're going to do a brief mailbag episode because to tell you what, some of you sent questions and now I can't find them. Some of you sent questions and I did find them, but you asked the same question. And some of you are just asking when we're going to do a show in Hawaii. So, so the mailbag
Trish
part, I don't
rhymes
think
with I wish.
Yeah. So I think that the mailbag portion will be a little short, which is good because it means more time of talking to Janine.
Hey-o.
For those of you who are inquiring, yes, we are going to talk about the new Outlander casting at some point, but we've got a bit of a backlog because of an episode you will have already heard that we're about to record.
Don't get too close.
Oh my
Your
God.
toe is right on the line.
I know.
No time travel.
No time. Well,
The temporal threshold has been messed with.
yeah.
Bubble wiggled.
I just poked the dick rock.
Yeah.
I just poked it. The tip of my finger traveled back in time and got fucked by a Scotsman. Excuse me.
Does it smell like mutton? Because of all the lamb? That was a bad, weird.
What?
Because it's.
You know what? Letting it go.
Listen, I
You
would
get
have
a free
accepted,
one.
does it smell like cum?
You get a free one because it's been a while.
Thank you. It's been a while.
Okay.
So Janine, how are you?
Oh, yes. We will talk about the casting news eventually,
Yeah.
but today it's about getting the band back together.
Yes. So,
Hey,
Janine,
what's up?
how you doing?
Well, the medicine Julie gave me is doing great.
And what medicine is that?
The minute he walked into my apartment today, I could tell he was a little on edge, and he said his travel had been a little bit tense. And I was like, would you like a bliss pill? I believe those were the first words out of my mouth to you other than hello.
It was, I'm looking for my socks. Oh, do you need a bliss?
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
Great.
And so approximately 30 minutes ago, so right about now, He's feeling the effects of that incredible product.
You know what? I need one too.
Yeah.
Where's my bag? I got bliss drops in my bag.
Swag.
Yeah.
Swag
Here's my first question for you, Janine.
Yeah.
How many times have you listened to Beyonce's Renaissance?
Oh gosh, guys.
Can you estimate, or is it like the number is too high, or
The limit does not exist.
Exactly.
The limit does not exist.
Because that's kind of how it feels to me.
Well, I did take a math camp course at the beginning of this, and I learned about, theoretical limits in a matrices conversation. So doing some linear algebra, and that's me putting up a smoke screen.
Trying to say you haven't listened to this album yet?
No.
Aaron? I'm sorry, who is Aaron? Janine, on your way back to the Pacific Northwest, your assignment, and you do not get to choose to accept it. This is mandatory.
Let me just make sure that it's on my phone now.
Listen,
I'm gonna put it on.
I'm going to express it this way. If you still lived here, first of all, we would not be in this situation. We would never have let you go this long without listening to this album, because we're better friends than that. We're better friends than that.
You are better friends than that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's one. But two, if it wasn't that were on a limited time frame here, I would have immediately said, fuck it. We're doing the mailbag ladder later. This episode is now. We're stopping recording. We're going to go listen to all of Renaissance, and then we're going to talk about it.
I'm surprised you guys think I did listen to it. Remember when we did an episode?
You're a human being.
I mean, it was huge, and you were there when it got released.
And
because
you know
it was
who
at
needs?
camping.
You know who needs a little? You know who needs just a little Beyonce in his life right now? Janine. And you want to know why? Because you won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. No, you won't break my soul.
It's a great album.
Okay. I've been missing all this pop culture,
Well, that's really the only pop culture I have in my life right now, and it's because I'm frankly just not going to move on. I love it too much.
I keep rewatching.
It is my primary jam right now.
I keep rewatching Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
and I'm revisiting Deadwood because Ian
McShane.
McShane is fucking exquisite.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of that show it makes me sad, but it's good.
It is a good television program. It is true.
But these are old things. I need new things in my life.
Well,
You need Beyonce's Renaissance.
what you need, it's
Drip
not, here's the thing.
intravenous.
It's
That's
not.
a joke you're going to get later.
It's not new. It's timeless.
It's that, you know what? She's right.
Yeah.
Welcome to Renaissance Cast.
No, that is not our space.
This is how we do it. Okay,
This is how
so the answer to the Beyonce question is 0, and now there's an alternate timeline in which we just go listen to it right now. So you know what? Can I get you to commit? This is my favorite thing: making people to commit to things they don't want to do in front of a microphone. Can I commit to sometime in the next couple weeks as a little bonus for our Patreon pals? We hop on a Zoom. You have listened to Renaissance. We're all a little stoned, and we share thoughts. I just want to hear Janine go, it's just, I just entered the country with derringers because these Karens just turned into terrorists.
Yes, that is a lyric written by Beyonce.
I'll try to do a Janine's corner on this Renaissance.
Great.
A Renaissance corner.
And if you just say, hey, Scotty, do you want to listen to Beyonce?
She's going to immediately say yes. So
Yeah. She's going to wonder why you didn't start sooner.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
She's probably listening to it right now. Let's be real. That's not true. Scotty's on a Carly Rae face, which I completely support and appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've gotten the Beyonce question over. How's higher education?
It's I love it. Honestly, I love what I'm doing, and I won't get it's goddamn. I don't know where to start when I start answering this question, because people say, hey, how's it going? I'm like, it's fucking great. Let me tell you about all the cool things I've learned, or yada yada. But what I'll say is, I was nervous that I was unprepared. I applied to a PhD twice, and I thought that was because, and I got lucky on the second time. I finally presented myself well. I'm smart.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Oh, we know.
Yeah.
We know.
About literally everything but Outlander.
And Beyonce.
And Beyonce. All right,
That's
so
just-
wait a minute. How
that's
smart
just
is he?
How smart am I really?
That's just that you haven't gotten there yet.
Fair. Okay.
And also, I take it back. You're very smart about Outlander for someone who has never read the books and has seen maybe 7 episodes of the show. It's more than 7, but
Yeah. But it's surprising to be in a place where, not surprising. It's just really nice to be in a place where I'm around people who are all trying very hard to they all want to answer similar questions that I'm interested in, and and are also putting themselves in an uncomfortable position, and and it's a lot. I thought I'd be the old guy here. I'm not. I'm
cool.
I'm with other people who are also kind of in different stages of their lives, which is really fun.
Cool.
It's very supportive. Eugene's my kind of hippie town.
Yeah.
That's kind of getting
Eugene is cool.
Yeah. It's a lot of, and the classes I'm taking right now work so well together because it's about, I'm learning econometrics and sociology methods and some marketing theory, not my jam, but like useful in some regard. And every bit of it is about helping me understand how to ask a question and what I might need to do to answer that question and to explore the pieces inside of it and like what are the other aspects of what's going on. So
we're proud of you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You did it.
Y'all,
You're
like,
there. School has started. You're in it.
I couldn't
PhD.
I couldn't have gotten there without you guys
No.
at all.
It's true, though.
It's true.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, we're great.
We are.
Mhm.
And also annoying. So
Yeah.
he just needed something to get away from.
Yeah, he needed a reason to leave town.
Yes.
Well, all you really needed was the
Friendship.
drive to escape.
No, so last night when I was walking, I realized that I felt so old. Like in this weird, I don't know how to describe this feeling, but like as I was riding the red line up, there was a group of 20 somethings, like 10 of them.
Loyola.
Yeah.
They were all theater students.
Oh my God.
How do I know?
Somebody learn how to plumb.
There, but for the grace of God.
One of you needs to go into plumbing. Okay?
How, you want to know how I know? Because they were singing Mr. Cellophane.
Oh, yeah.
All
That's
of
a
them.
tell.
God, are you sure they were in their 20s?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe they just watched Chicago for the first time.
Yeah, I guess we've reached a phase where the youths are like, they're thinking about Dear Evan Hansen and
Chicago
a Strange
is like-
Loop and whatnot, and Chicago is like
Les
Oklahoma.
Mis to us.
Yeah.
Listen, don't say shit about Les Mis.
No, I'm not saying shit about Les Mis. I'm saying it was a classic when we learned about it, right? So
Yeah.
to them, that Chicago is kind of in that same slot.
Yeah.
Like that idea.
I want to throw this out. Maybe I can get you to commit to this. So, this coming year, 2023, assuming the planet still exists, which who knows, always up in the air now.
Coin toss.
Yeah. On March 5th, 2023, I will have a birthday. I do not usually love to celebrate my birthday. It makes me kind of uncomfortable, but I'm trying to be better about it. This year, I had a very small gathering that these two lovely people were with, attended, and then promptly got stuck in a torrential downpour. So I sort of felt like some force in the universe was like, nope. But no, that's not the case because the universe handed me another sign. And
What?
it's that on March 5th, 2023, in Chicago, Illinois, Broadway in Chicago is bringing it to town. Les Miserables, a musical experience.
Oh
So,
my God. I will
so,
go.
thank you.
No question.
I'll try. If I can get time off from school or like if it works out, I'd come.
Great.
I've never seen Les Miserables.
What?
Yeah.
For some reason, my bullshit brain just in my head was like, swing your razor high, sweetie.
musical.
Yeah. It's, I gotta be honest. Listen, I'm not gonna say that Les Mis is definitely square. For a show that's about rebellion, it's extremely square.
Yeah.
However,
It's
it
still
is
good.
It is a mainstay for a reason. It's just extremely epic. It has zero chill. It's like you get a little moment of comic relief where it's like, let's slow down for a moment. And it's somebody robbing graves. Or by graves, I mean the corpses of recently killed soldiers and revolutionaries in
Wow.
the French sewers. And that's you're like, let's take a deep breath.
And that's like, oh, this is funny? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a hoot.
Okay.
And I could probably sing at least 10 minutes of it right now without interruption. So if you are in Chicago,
On March the 5th,
you just get a ticket to Les Mis.
go see Les Mis.
We'll be there. At least Julie and I will.
We just punched the time bubble. That is a big ripple in the time bubble. Remember
Yeah.
when we were getting our toes close to the edge?
How
We just
did
time
I?
traveled. Because now this is on record. And now we have to go see Les Mis.
I mean, first of all, actually, this is very appropriate because you know who else should come to this? Your husband.
Yes.
And you want to know why? Because one year I said to one Neil Starbird, all I want for Christmas, Neil, he wasn't going to get me a Christmas gift. I worked this into existence. All I want for Christmas, Neil, is for you to come see Les Miserables with me because the movie was about to come out. And Neil does not like musicals. But I thought maybe the epic scope of Les Mis would appeal. If you just go like exposure therapy, immersion therapy. You just go all the way to like no dialogue, completely sung through, lots of leitmotifs, like let's do it. The barricade is lifting, and do you hear the people sing? Yes, we do, because they are all mic'd.
And singing in our face.
Yes. Luckily, no audience participation. That's truly what makes Les Miserables special. Anyway, he said yes. And then 20 minutes into it, I had to lean over and apologize because that's how bad that movie was.
Oh, no.
It's really
you should
bad.
see it live.
So that would be great. Because what I was about to say is this is wonderful because I will have forced both halves of the Starbird marriage to accompany me to see Les Miserables. Only this is also my redo, and I could cleanse. I could
remove
reset
that
the
memory from
scales.
Neil's head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could go full Inception.
Well, I'm going.
Great.
All right. So the future has been decided
Yep.
here today.
Totally.
October the whatever it is, 22nd.
This someday, the October 22nd.
22nd.
Another question for you, Janine.
Hit me.
Why are you in town?
I'm here for Amelia's wedding.
Amelia's getting married tonight.
This is how she marries.
I do.
Great. She won't hear this for quite a while, probably. I hope not, because she's going to be off on her mini honeymoon.
Yakety saxing somewhere in a hot tub.
Nice.
Yes. We should just say yakety saxing in general now.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get some yakety sax.
Yakety saxing.
Because then in your mind, you hear yakety sax and...
Good God.
Can you imagine the person that puts on yakety sax to fuck?
Yes. I've met her. Okay. So congrats, Amelia. Now, the second most important... No, let's reverse that. Beyonce, I said, was the most important question, but it's not. This really is, if I'm honest.
Okay.
How's Jasper?
He's doing so good. He likes his new apartment. It's a townhouse situation, so I've got 2 stories, which means I got windows upstairs on both sides of the building with lots of trees and I got a patio.
Sweet.
Nice.
Which Jasper's now gotten used to going outside, which means I get meowed at.
This is why Nancy's not allowed on the porch.
Yeah, because now it's a porch, it's a pit porch, so it's not really easy for him to get out. So like he can go out there, and I feel pretty comfortable with it. But now he like fucking lets me know, hey bro,
Let me outside.
why am I inside?
Cash me outside.
What's this about? There's grass for me to go eat and then vomit up.
But we had that outside.
Yeah. Just in case you forgot how we act outside.
That's another joke that you're going to get in.
Another Beyonce joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
I can't wait.
So he's loving it.
Yeah.
Does he do zoomies on the stairs?
He does do zoomies on the stairs. He likes to do zoomies on the stairs when I'm on the fucking stairs, which scares the
Dangerous.
shit out of me.
He's trying to kill you.
He's like
He wants the townhome to himself.
like the first time he did it, I was like walking down and I'm like using the banister, and then all of a sudden like I just hear vroom, and like it, like under my feet.
Oh,
and
no.
I almost like roll down. Now I know to give space, and like I give him his own
To
thing.
give him his lane.
Yeah, give him his lane. God, it fucking scared the shit out of me. He really has his zoom. But here's another thing that I like about this apartment. So in Chicago, these apartments have these radiators, and it actually stays quite warm in the apartments I've been in. We don't have radiators. We have those electric base heaters. And so I turn those on if I'm in the room spending time, which means I'm getting cat cold like the cat cuddle season.
Oh, yeah.
And for the last week and a half, he's been coming into my bedroom when we're going to sleep, and he'll either lay on my chest or he'll like actually like curl
Cuddle.
up
Full
underneath
cuddle.
my like arm.
We told you he would get there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yay!
Cold cat season, man.
Cold
It's the
cat
best.
season.
This is my first apartment in Chicago that isn't constantly hot when the radiator's on. So I'm also getting a lot of that. But Nancy's cuddle spot of choice is like chin to shoulder.
Oh, that's adorable.
On the negative side, all of my pillows are absolutely covered in cat hair. But
Yeah.
on the positive side, it's
right
great.
there.
I mean, because basically she's purring directly into your neck. So you're like hearing it and feeling
You're
it.
getting the
Yeah.
vibrations.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
giving
Some
you those
good
good vibrations.
Question. In your head just then. Which version? Which Good Vibrations were we vibing?
Oh, I was vibing Beach Boys, but I know that the Marky Mark version exists.
Yeah.
Because cat purrs deserve the Beach Boys version.
I agree. I was also thinking cat purse, but there was something about the way you said it where I thought maybe there was a chance that I was going good vibrations and you were going good vibrations, which would have been really fun. Good. Oh, good, Jasper.
Yeah, and he's meeting 2 friends this weekend, like 2 people that are in my program, and he just hasn't met before, and they're taking
They're
care of
cat sitting him?
Yeah,
Cool.
just coming to keep him company.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
And how? Here's another one. Are you progressing with the Lady Sherlock books?
I started the second one. I really loved that first one, and then I think I slowed down the second one only because like I was
School started?
I was getting closer to school.
You know, you're busy.
Yeah,
you're a busy man.
But I really liked that first book. I like it all. Like I want to keep reading more of it. I got into it as much as I hoped I was going to get into getting the 9th. But I'm going to do the audiobook version of that, and that's what
We had a similar experience, I think, because I enjoyed Gideon the 9th, but I also felt kind of unmoored a lot of the time, like I didn't know what was going on. But I still enjoyed it, but not enough to read the rest of the series where like Neil and Allison and Scotty are like blowing through them. They love them. So it just didn't catch me the way it caught them.
I'm going to try the audiobook thing, especially if I get this
She's
jacuzzi in the
so
back.
good. This woman is like,
The person who reads it?
oh, apologies to Davina Porter, who is now my
Sorry, Davina.
now my number 2.
What?
But this woman Moira Quirk, who does the Locked Tomb books, is so fucking funny.
Awesome.
She's so funny. But honestly, the person who does the Lady Sherlock books is really good too. Kate Redding is her name. I'd love a fucking audiobook, guys.
I've just never been able to get into it.
You
I don't know what it is.
I wasn't able to for a long time. And then I sort of figured out that my ideal situation is first actually listening to it after I've started reading it or after I've read it entirely. And then either alternating or just being able to revisit. And then it's sort of like you're getting somebody else's lens on it, which I find super interesting. But it's also just a matter of, it has to be the right kind of book for you and a narrator that you super connect with. But if it's a good narrator, it's like you get sucked right in. Like any audio drama, it's just one person is playing all the parts, you know?
Yeah.
And that Moira Quirk is so good.
I've gotten to a point where I think I'm ready to start listening to audiobooks because like I just never like went here. I just never had, my routine didn't seem to fit in it. But now I find myself in the evenings, like after I watch, 2 episodes of Avatar or Deadwood or something, I'm like, I'm not ready to go to bed yet, but I don't want to like watch or read anything.
I don't want to use my eyes.
I just want someone to like talk to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
I listen often when I'm cleaning, or doing like really mundane, like getting ready for bed or washing the dishes or those kinds of mundane things.
Yeah.
And I listen when I'm walking. And I've been doing a lot of, because it's been a strange and stressful couple months for me. So I've been doing a lot of playing really stupid, mindless iPhone games and listening to audiobooks at the same time. So I'm like merging bushels of hay while I'm listening to somebody talk about lesbian necromancers in space.
Exactly.
Or what have you.
This
Various
was me-
British detectives.
That was me with Yacht Rock in 2016.
Oh, yeah. I remember the phase.
Like a definite brain reset, like a hardcore, like unplug from the wall, plug back in situation.
Julie, were you saying you wanted to know if I remembered?
We almost missed it this year. It was like 11:50 and we were getting ready for bed and I was like, Neil, wait! Ugh! And I had to put on Old Earth, Wind, and Fire on September the 21st.
It's a good one. Any other updates? Anything else we should know before we do our little mailbag?
Got a motorcycle.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. How dare we forget? What is the motorcycle's name?
Oh, fuck.
Have you not named your
Janine.
motorcycle?
No, I did. I just forgot it because I haven't called her name out in a long time. Oh, that's
That sounded really bad.
that sounded terrible.
That sounded like the most honest explanation I've ever heard of a man getting a motorcycle. You know what? Props. Yeah.
I just like that says a lot. I need to spend more time with her. Oh, fudge.
Falcor?
Sure.
Oh my God.
Moonchild!
What if somebody got a fucking motorcycle and named it Falcor? Where is that person? If you're listening, person who named their motorcycle Falcor, please call me.
Please do. Julie, we obviously, drop in more often than
Hastings.
Hastings.
That's what it is.
Hastings.
It's
That's good.
Hastings.
That's good.
It's Hastings.
Dignified.
Yes.
Yeah, and because I'm getting someplace with haste.
Oh, okay. Little wordplay there. Little wordplay.
I have to give someone credit on Instagram who I can't remember who because I'm blissed out, but they gave me that name and I was like, well, fuck yeah, I like it.
That's a good name.
Yeah,
on.
but I haven't called
That's a good name.
her name out in a while.
I played the Duke of Hastings in Richard III, so I've got a connection to your motorcycle buddy.
Good job.
I have no connection to your motorcycle, but I've read a lot of Shakespeare. I've been watching a lot of Jeopardy.
Yeah,
I'm sure that there has been some sort of Hastings related. In fact, there was a War of the Roses question the other day, bitch.
Boom.
Hey.
If you are not watching Jeopardy right now, guys, the Second Chance tournament is great.
Didn't you and Tom say that the three people the people that are on there are like some of the best that have ever been because it's the big winners
So it's
over the last couple of years?
That's coming up. So right now they're doing a little tournament. It's 2 weeks. They're doing a tournament where they brought back it's 9 people per week who lost narrowly, usually to one of these big super champs or some other they were obviously really good and then they just
they were up against Ken Jennings
or they got
something. Right.
totally.
Yeah.
Or they're all from this previous season, so it's people like Amy Schneider and Mattea Roach and the other big super champs from this last year.
Got it.
But it's great and it's so cool because they're doing the group of 3, one person wins, group of 3, one person wins, group of 3, one person wins on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then on Thursday and Friday, those 3 people play 2 games. And the person with the highest total combined from the 2 games goes on to the Tournament of Champions.
That is a cool.
Isn't it neat?
Yes.
I like
It
that.
changes the
'Cause
calculus with the betting.
It shakes up the feeling of Jeopardy. It really refreshes it.
Yeah,
somehow.
it's
That's
very
awesome.
cool. It's really neat. And then they're doing the same thing. God damn, by the time you hear this, by the time you hear this will be done. Sorry, I hope you watched Second Chance.
Please watch Jeopardy.
Tournament. Go back and watch the repeats. And then they're doing the Tournament of Champions, which is all of the super champs, which is, or I guess it's not super champs, it's people who've won 5 or more games in the last season. Which there were a bunch of people who had epic long runs, like multiple top 10 of all time in the last season. So I'm super excited.
That's
Cool.
crazy.
I'm
awesome.
obsessed with Jeopardy. Do you have a thing that you are obsessed with right now that isn't Beyonce?
Beyonce's Renaissance.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, I didn't let you finish your question.
I mean, me too, obviously. When I'm watching Jeopardy, the whole time it's like, this pharmaceutical company is partially sponsored by Dolly Parton or some shit. I don't know.
And you're like, who is Beyonce?
Yes, I go, what is, you won't break my soul. So I'm with you.
Well, I guess for me right now, it is Reservation Dogs. Do either one of you watch that show?
I haven't watched that.
It's
but
great.
It's
I haven't watched season 2.
Awesome. Oh my God, season 2 is even better than season 1,
Right.
and season 1 was incredible, right?
Yeah.
It's just, I cannot recommend it highly enough. The actors are all incredible. It's funny, it's sad, it's everything, and it's just such a good show.
What?
That's FX on Hulu.
Oh, I just got a spot. I just got Hulu. That's paid for by my Spotify. Can't wait.
Be careful, those ads are coming for you, baby.
What ads?
Oh my God, Neil and I have the Hulu through the Spotify. Just saying, it's annoying. And
Oh, baby, you will watch some ads.
you will watch some ads.
What is happening?
Renaissance is fucking renaissancing all over you. So Neil and I actually had this conversation the other night about streaming platforms. You're a futurist. Let's talk about this.
Sure.
Let's bring Janine back into the fold.
What
Can we expect in the future vis-a-vis the use of advertising to push you to a higher model, to push you to pay more, to push you like...
Oh, it's already being done.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, will that continue, or will the lower ranks just disappear?
Like
Like free Hulu. Like we had free
Yeah.
Hulu through our Spotify, but now we're getting commercials like every 2 minutes,
Oh, yeah.
no question,
Yeah.
all the time. So many drug companies, like that shit.
Yeah, because advertising doesn't work the same way anymore because of because of privacy laws and because of like other types of technologies that are getting in the way. So like and people just are smarter about it now. So like they're going like ads are used in a way now. Yeah, it's bringing in revenue and like it's doing a job, but it's kind of like like inflation, right? It's more. It's not really inflation. You're getting pushed towards these higher tiers because you want to not be near those ads. But then the lower tier, they're like, well, we want to get you to the higher tier, and we got advertisers that want to be put on here. So like, we'll start injecting ads here now, and so now we've got a reason to push.
And then the next one, and then the next one. Like, my question is, where the fuck does it end, bud?
Well,
is it a chip in the brain so that I can watch Hulu?
I'm reading a paper right now that I find disturbing, but it's marketing around consumer engagement during an experience that's unfolding. So like watching the Super Bowl and like creating a TikTok or something like during it or tweeting. And the paper is essentially saying, advocating for companies to push people to make things as they're watching this stuff to increase their enjoyment. So I would guess that in some
free
fashion,
commercials.
Yeah, we're going to start moving towards that direction where you're content generating free commercials for these companies.
We used to say that shit to the kids all the time when when I was a children's theater performer in Oregon. We used to tour around, and we would always ask kids like, "Why do you wear an ad on your shirt? They're not paying you."
Yeah.
Like every time you wear something with a logo on it, you paid for that shirt, and now you're their commercial.
Yeah.
So that's the future. We're all commercials. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Joe Fisher got it right.
Yeah. I feel like
this moment of anarchy brought to you by Huggies.
Watch Midnight Burger. Listen to Midnight Burger. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, so that's what I see. But also,
it's depressing. But
also, like the thing we're in now with watching stuff in a non-AR VR thing, we're a ways away from AR VR being a real thing. But like that technology and that push towards that technology,
like literal engagement, like bringing you into the process, like making you part of it. The singularity is happening, you guys.
So I think that's something that you're going to eventually move towards that. But think about exactly what you just said, right? With like tiers push, like this advertising's pushing you towards these different tiers. Advertising will push you towards this model, right? It's all about, you know what I find really frustrating? This is a tangent, but I find really frustrating when people are like, oh, well, I don't like that the government has this policy that's nudging me and making me do this thing. I'm like, do you not think you're being fucking nudged all the fucking
every day,
time?
Every moment of every day.
Like, Jesus
right now.
I've got another Jeopardy anecdote for you guys. You know who is sponsoring the Second Chance tournament? Who? Moderna. And you know what? I'm totally cool with it because it's just this tournament brought to you by Moderna. And then when they go to it, there's the 2 commercial breaks in Jeopardy, or I guess 3. 3. And then afterwards, it's a fact about Moderna that you then answer, like, what is Moderna or what is vaccination or what? And it's great because you know what it is? Facts. It's just facts. You know where you reliably get facts? Jeopardy. So you're watching Jeopardy, and then it's like, here are some facts. And here's another fact.
That is some...
Because that is not for me. That's not for me. I don't need someone to be like, here are some facts about vaccinations. I'm good. I'm convinced. But there are people who watch Jeopardy who are like, well, if it's on Jeopardy, it must be true.
It must be real.
Right?
Oh, my God.
I think it's really smart.
Speaking of depressing.
TBH.
I know.
I have a slightly different take on this ad question, which is less far future, less like big picture, because that is not the way that I think, but is from like TV critic brain.
Sure.
The next little spike that we're going to see is ad-based VOD. Places like Tubi. It's going to circle back around to places where there are no streaming subscriptions, because if you're going to watch ads, and all of these places are starting to have an option with ads.
Yeah.
Or like even Netflix. There's a Netflix option with ads now.
Yeah.
If you may as well get it for free. And frankly, some of those places, the ads are a lot less disruptive because you'll get like 3 in a row once. You know what I mean?
It's like going back to TV in the fucking 70s. It's
sort of,
just going back to being television.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Except for on demand.
Except for all the commercials are pharmaceutical commercials.
I'm sorry. Respectfully, also political ads.
Oh, yeah. Well, right now. 2 months from now, that'll chill out for a minute.
And Amazon Prime Black Friday and or image resuscitation.
And food delivery services, but really pharmaceutical companies, specifically speaking on Hulu. It is incredible. So I'm going to take 10 seconds to talk about this because I know that we have gotten far afield. But there's another commercial tactic that I saw on Hulu for the first time that I think is the next one, which is it's just the name and then they'll show you images and you'll be like, what? What? And then you have to go look it up to see what it is.
Yeah, I've seen those.
And it was a drug.
Yeah.
It was an MS drug.
Yeah.
And the images that they showed were like flip-flops, beach balls,
Yeah.
umbrellas. What the fuck?
Yeah, I've seen those, and I've like I get so upset by that because I'm just like, what the?
Anytime they do that now, I'm like, I do not look that up. You are not paying me to look that up. I am not doing it.
It's so
It's dystopian. I mean, we're barreling right head on into it.
Yeah.
We'll see how it is. Art still exists. I mean, here we are making it.
Yeah.
This is art.
It is, though.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
All right, with that, let's do some questions.
Yes.
Yeah, there aren't that many. So fuck all of you.
Yeah.
No.
Speaking of engagement.
This is on me. It's because we said
Just
this.
kidding. Love you guys.
We said this a long time ago, and some of them have just been lost to the annals of history because, guys, we get a lot of emails from companies that we have never heard of asking us to claim our podcast on a website that we have no idea what it is.
Yes. Who are those people?
And then Slack obviously is like 11 messages a day, and we love you all, but things get lost. But I have some that I wrote down initially and some I was able to find, and we're just going to do those, and a lot of them are repeats. So I will not be able to cite a specific person here because there are so many that I was just like, I don't need to save any of these. We have once again got multiple requests for someone to explain what Anyway Patty means.
Apologies to the at least 5,000 of you who have heard this story at least 3 times. Okay, so my friend Melody, who I knew when I lived in Portland, had a younger sister. They were 2 years apart when Melody was 4 years old and her sister was 2 years old. Their mother, Susie, put them in the bathtub one night, like a Sunday evening, and then went into her bedroom and got on the phone with her friend Patty. Melody was in the tub with 4-year-old Melody was in the tub with her 2-year-old sister, and her 2-year-old sister fucking laid one down in the tub. That's right, she just took a shit. And Melody was like, this shall not stand. So she got out of the tub and wrapped her little 4-year-old body in a towel and is just like, looking at her 2-year-old sister and a turd floating in the water. Like, what am I going to do? And so she goes to tell Susie about it. And Susie is just trying to have a conversation with her friend Patty. And when was the last time she talked to Patty? I don't know. So Susie is like, get back in the tub. And Melody's like, but. And Susie's like, you hand over the mouthpiece of the old school phone. You go get back in the tub. And so she does that like 3 times. And the 3rd time she did it, she's like, just get back in the tub. Oh. Anyway, Patty. And she went back to the conversation. And Melody, 4-year-old Melody, remembers that moment like a flashbulb memory. Anyway, Patty. So that's where that comes from. I'll tell that story till the day I die. I don't care. That story is fucking amazing.
It's a good one.
It is so
it's a good one.
Anyway,
well, that's why I was not hesitant to ask you.
Oh, gosh.
And I've gotten pretty fast at it, too.
You have.
You have. Okay. We may as well also just briefly do the other one, which I didn't see this time, so maybe we have finally answered this. But just in case, one of the questions I couldn't find, it's Janine from Ghostbusters.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's the reason.
That's the reason.
The
Okay.
Chris Hemsworth version. Also kind of the Annie Potts version.
I think I'm a
Both.
nice mix of the two.
Yeah.
I think so.
This is a question, not a mailbag question, but it delighted me, so I'm going to include it in our mix. Michelle asks on Twitter, hey, I just found your podcast. I absolutely love it. I listened to it on my hour-plus ride home from work, so I guess that makes me your 8th listener.
Oh, my God.
Did you guys make a Podlander podcast for season 1 of Outlander yet? Please do so. Oh, bitch, we got you. If you're listening in order and you're listening an hour on your commute, let's assume one of the commutes a day, right? We can't assume both. There are other podcasts. There's
There
news.
are other things, more content.
Okay.
Not just us.
So if she had just finished season 2
How many episodes do we have? Let's assume 1.5 per episode, just as an average.
Yes.
Uh,
There's 6 seasons of Outlander, roughly 8 to 10 episodes per season. So if you could say 10 for an average.
so
And we can assume that maybe she'll end up skipping the Sick Burn Jane ones, or by
That's-
the time she
yeah.
gets there, they might not be on the feed anymore because we are taking them from the Podlander feed and putting them on the Sick Burn Jane feed. So
that's 90 hours. So, and that's 90 days if she's doing 90 work
well,
days.
but we've crossed the 100 episode mark.
Oh, yeah.
But that was with Sick Burn.
That was with Sick Burn Jane and
Yeah.
other things. For the Podlander Drunkcast, my guess is probably encroaching upon 100 at this point.
Okay.
So let's say 100 is 100 hours, which means 100 work days.
That's a third of a year. That's
so
quarterly.
divided by 5, that's 20 weeks.
Okay. So 20 weeks from now,
Michelle.
thanks for listening.
Yes, thank you.
We're glad you got here. We hope you got here. If you didn't, we're sorry we disappointed you.
Yeah, sorry you left us on the side of the road at some point.
I hope that we have made your commutes a delight. And yes, we've done every season plus a bunch of other bullshit.
Yeah, so much bullshit, Michelle.
We had a lot of great ideas.
Where's the Dune vase?
Yeah, where's the Dune
It's
base?
literally right
Jump the
behind
bar.
you, and
Wait, is it still in there?
no, hold on. Yeah,
See if there's one in there. We'll do one for old
not
time's sake.
think there is.
Empty?
Oh yeah, but you know why? Lockdown. I cleaned the fuck out of this house because
Oh, yeah.
I had nothing else to do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. I did the same thing. And then we moved and I did it all over again.
Yeah.
This really is a good Dune
It's
vase.
really good for the gom jabbar because it does feel like maybe you're
And
not
then
going to
your
get your
hand-
hand out.
then when you get the
you
fist
got to do
in-
the Confucius thing. And do you guys remember that? The Confucian story about the kids trying to pull the apple out of the vase?
No.
And then Confucius just picked up the apple and picked up the vase and turned it over, and an apple dropped out, and the kids were like, mind blown. Anyway, Michelle, there's a lot.
There's a lot. Welcome.
Welcome, and we do go back to season 2 after we did season 1.
I really
Season
look
1
forward
after
to
we did
getting
season 2.
our 9th listener. Okay. Other questions for Mailbag. Gabrielle asks, hello, Patreon member here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you guys and the pods with an S. Love that S. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Picking it up.
For consideration for the Mailbag episode, I've listened to all the Drunkcast episodes more than once. God love you, Gabrielle. And I cannot, please get a therapist. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
okay.
Just kidding. And I cannot figure out what Lotsie means.
Ah, yes.
I just know
remember
it's going
this
to be
one.
so obvious once I learn. Trust me, it is not. Don't
It
you
is
worry. Okay, so
This is amazing. I remember when we received this question, and I was so excited for when we finally got to answer
Yeah.
it. So please lead us in, Allison.
in Commedia dell'arte.
Yes.
Bet you didn't think we were going there, did you?
Oh, Jesus.
In Commedia dell'arte, there was a technique, a form. It's kind of difficult to say
Form. I think form.
because there's scripted but also improvisation. It's a thing where you'd be like, "Here's a funny set piece, Lotsie," and then like a crazy thing would be like, "Oh, I have a hard time holding an egg," or "Oh, it's essentially it's a fancy word for bit."
It's a fancy word for repeated bit.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Usually a physical bit, physical comedy,
Yes.
like dropping something or tripping over something. Or
Commedia is heightened physical performance, usually with masks, and there are a set of characters, and it's very interesting. Look it up. Lots of stuff to learn. Very cool. It will definitely be a question on Jeopardy someday.
Yes, it will.
Yes, it will.
And it's spelled Lazzi.
Yep.
Just for your knowledge, and it really just means repeated bit, repeated joke.
The easiest way that I can explain it, though, is it is to theater what yakety sax is to the universe.
Yes.
Right?
I have another explanation for
Great.
it. The episode of Frasier
Oh, yes. Perfect.
where Niles tries to iron his pants. That is a Lotsie.
Yeah, that is a lot.
entire 5 minutes of no words of just David Hyde Pierce doing impeccable physical comedy for you. That is a Lotsie.
Yes.
Awesome.
It is evident, obviously, in a lot of silent films, but it has carried through into sketch. Mary Catherine Gallagher, I would say,
Oh,
like
yeah.
all of her shit that she does, the like
Anytime she
superstar
throws
stuff.
herself into something,
Yes, that's a
falls over
Lotsie.
something, falls back into the bathroom stalls. That's a Lotsie.
That's a Lotsie. And
It's almost like a comedic leitmotif. It's almost like it's a thing that threads through because it's always really, really funny. It's always physical comedy in a way that's really, really funny.
Yes. When we use it, we are not using it appropriately.
No.
We are using it to mean we kick and punch and fight and kick and punch and fight and kick and punch.
Which in its own way is
it's
a
a
lot
lot
scene.
Yeah. So it's, we use it very loosely. Lotsily. Sometimes as a description of something that's happening in a scene that's like, well, here's a bit. And we also sometimes use it, I would say, emotionally to be like, you know what we need? Lotsy! So that is a Lotsy. Also, here's another, your episode talking about Blood of My Blood. I don't know, have you kept up on the podcast, Janine?
No.
That's okay. I figure if our roles were reversed, it might make me kind of sad. So I'm with you. Don't worry. Bo, but that means you don't know all of the shit we've talked about you. Oh. Or our new outro system, which you are going to be like, why didn't you think of that?
Why didn't we do this
Yeah,
years ago?
We'll get there.
Okay.
There's going to be an Outlander prequel called Blood of My Blood.
Oh.
Which we are affectionately calling Young Pamp.
Because Young Pamplemousse.
Oh, I've seen this. I've seen this on the Slack. That's
yes, Young Pamp. This is where we got into. We want Murtaugh solves crimes.
Yeah.
Which I really do still want Murtaugh solves crimes. I know he's dead. Okay, it's fine. So
Time travel.
That we were talking about characters that could potentially appear in Blood of My Blood, specifically characters who could appear as played by the actor who plays them in the main series, and there aren't that many.
Okay.
But this is what Gabrielle is talking about here. Tagging onto your convo about current/past cast members who might be in the prequel series, in addition to Murtaugh and Dougal, Jocasta. That actress, Maria Doyle Kennedy, is much younger than in real life than Jocasta in the Outlander series, and she's a fantastic actor. Hard agree.
Ooh, so we might get Aunt Jocasta younger.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
Because
basically, Annie Mackenzie is
still an adult,
option.
though, right? She won't be a teenager.
She'll be younger,
like
but
in
yeah,
her 20s.
she
or
would
30s or
have
whatever.
teenage daughters.
Okay,
at
so
roughly
30s.
Yeah,
Late 30s.
Oh no, she wouldn't have teenage daughters because that's during the Rising. So, she would have young children. So
Okay.
she would be young. It's probably a stretch, but
She wouldn't be teenage. That's why we were like, Sophie Skelton cannot play young Ellen because she will literally be like 16 years old, and Sophie Skelton cannot play a 16-year-old,
No, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So Ellen
Yep.
being Jamie's mother.
Got it.
That's how we know there's young Pamplemousse because, you know, he carried a
Oh,
torch for
yeah,
her, and so there's going to be
totes.
like goth boy, sad boy Pamplemousse. He killed that pig for her.
I know there's lots of prequels, but for some reason I'm equating this one to like Gotham. Where like everyone's just so young, it's before Batman showed up.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, there was this big giant story.
you know what? It's less Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
Here is some TV critic knowledge that almost no one is going to know what the fuck I'm talking about, but these are the things I have to know. It's less Gotham than it is Pennyworth, which is the prequel series about young, hot Alfred.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Because
okay.
we are probably not going to see baby Jamie because
Yeah.
he won't be a baby. He will be, it's before he's born.
Yeah.
I'm guessing a lot of it will be before he's born.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's going to be before Brian and Ellen get together.
I mean, who knows
It's
how
about
long it's
them
going to
getting
run,
together,
but
right.
yeah, it's definitely going to start with the two of them getting together, it seems.
Mhm.
So yeah, less Gotham than Pennyworth.
Pennyworth. Awesome.
Yeah. Which
Allison
is
is so good at that shit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't remember the name of the show or whatever. She
It is
just gets
my-
right to the bone.
But
of
here's
what
the
something is
thing.
about.
It is my actual job.
I know, but you're really good at it.
Yeah,
really
but
good at
Julie,
it.
if it was your thank you, I should just say thank you. That's very nice. But if it was your job, you would also be able to do that shit. I promise you.
I guess.
Also, like, part of the reason I'm not keeping up with pop culture is because I don't have Allison in my life telling me, hey, have you seen this show? You really would like this show. Because Allison, as much as I don't take her advice sometimes, fucking knows what I like.
I do. I know the man. I know the man's taste. It's true. Oh, here we go. Here's one of the Who is Patty.
Anyway, Patty. I already told it.
Great.
Next one.
Trish wants to know when we're doing a live show in Hawaii.
Oh my God. Trish, first of all, hello.
Hi, Trish. We love
Hi.
you.
We love you. I would love to go to Hawaii. I want everyone to know, and I'm sure I've said this billions of times. Here I am punching that time bubble again during lockdown. But the trip that I was going to take in September of 2020 was a fully paid trip to Hawaii, and I did not get it. So anytime somebody's going to pony up for me to go to Hawaii, I'll go. But it seems prohibitively expensive, especially for our podcast, as the baby it is. We're doing good. We're growing, but dude, we can't pay to go to Hawaii.
I just found out
Not
that
right now.
I have a $480 credit on United still.
Ooh.
That I don't-
So Janine could go to Hawaii.
I don't know what it's from, but yeah, I could go.
Janine's corner in Hawaii. You have to build yourself a sandcastle.
I will not
Sit
release
in
that
the corner.
episode.
In protest?
In protest.
Here's another update we need to give you, Janine.
Ah.
We loosely, at the last live show we did, agreed that when Outlander ends, we would do a live show in Scotland, which
That is
obviously
true.
you
That
should
is true.
attend.
You would be a part of that, and that we would have to do that. Like, I don't consider that one negotiable.
Yeah.
Can we try to find that bar that I was at where I took a picture of the giant?
Yes,
I-
obviously.
oh.
Although I
Yes.
gotta be honest, I'm not sure that we're gonna have to find that exact bar. I think we might be able to find that picture in quite a few bars.
Yeah,
Fair
that might
enough.
be like Guinness is good for you in a British pub.
Yes.
You know
Like
what?
the Bonnie Pinch Charlie might be around a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but we can find it.
Yeah.
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 What town was it in?
I'll remember.
No, not today.
Not today, but I'll remember.
Anyway, Patty.
All right. The last question that I'm gonna say before we wrap this one up is question: what dumb book do I have to read?
Oh,
and
is this from?
my answer is still so I'm just gonna pick one right now, guys. We're gonna do this right now.
Does it have to be dumb, or does it just have to be a book?
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like, is that person actively saying what?
oh, honey, this is Kevin.
Yeah, that's
he
Kevin.
wants to know what Outlander book he wants to
That's
read.
Kevin.
You know what? The book isn't dumb. I am.
Because even I do that. I was like, oh, why is Kevin on this list?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I'm not thinking about Kevin.
From @not Kevin L. Question: what dumb book do I have
Thank
to read?
you. Then I would have known.
Okay, so
Kevin has such a very clear voice to me.
let's see.
Didn't everybody want him to read the first or second one?
Well, but he wanted to specifically not read one that he's already watched, right?
no, he wanted to not read one that he hasn't seen the show for. He doesn't want to be spoiled for things that he
Got
has
it.
to watch.
Okay. Well, then, for me, this is a much simpler question because I think not season 1. It is not crazy enough.
Oh, France, season 2.
Or
No, don't make him read the boat. I don't want to talk about the boat anymore.
yeah, but
The boat season was the worst.
but he's
season.
got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
Oh my God, we brought it back to Merv Griffin.
It's if we're going by what is the craziest, we really have two questions. The question is, do we want crazy ass shit in France? Do we want Dick Stab / Monsieur Raymond / the monkey bit me, right? Or
It's pretty fucking crazy.
or do we want
the cancer sniffing dog?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's crazy.
Or do we want Coco?
Oh my God.
I'm not done. Do we want Doomface Pound? Do we want Jamie living in a cave in the woods? Do we want,
I forgot.
Culloden,
Doug Bonnet
right?
was in there.
Do we want the fun history researchy Roger and Brianna traveling,
No,
et cetera, et cetera?
France.
Do we want
France.
fucking in the print shop?
France.
France.
It's not even noon.
I think it's France.
Okay.
For Kevin, I think it's France.
All right, then, Kevin, the answer to your question is Dragonfly and Amber, 1992. I will reread it and or re-listen to it, thanks to Vina Porter. Maybe you'll want to join me.
Oh, maybe.
My second favorite audiobook narrator of all time. Yeah, Dragonfly and Amber is the answer. So I think that's it for our mailbag, friends.
Yes. Well, it was a catch up with Janine plus mailbag.
Yeah.
It was good.
Next time you hear us, we are going to catch up on a whole bunch of Outlander shit. That will be in December, unless for some reason we decide to do 2 episodes in November, which maybe we will. Who knows? Who knows?
We don't know that
We are
shit.
chaotic entities.
We are chaotic entities, and we both have very full lives.
It's true. We do. And Amelia is
Getting married
hitched.
this afternoon.
So she's gonna be off yakety saxing in the hot tub. And so now, Janine, we move on to the greatest Podlander innovation since your departure.
Yeah.
The part where we don't have to do jack shit.
Well, Allison. Hey, Julie. That sure was a great podcast we just did.
We're awesome.
Which one was it, do you think?
I don't know, but it was definitely good.
Was it, though?
I mean, probably.
Okay. I feel like I should be doing more of a, was it the... No, why is that a Julie impression?
I don't know.
I don't know. I also don't know why I'm doing a Julie impression. I am Julie.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about our marvelous podcast that we're doing?
Feeling good.
Good?
Yeah, feeling all right about it.
I'm glad you are, Allison. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna take a little job from you.
Okay.
I'm gonna steal your job, and I'm going to share our social handles right now.
Okay.
Is
Thank
that okay?
you, Julie. Yes.
You're welcome. This is a terrible bit. You
Whatever.
can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/PodlanderCast. You can find us on Twitter at PodlanderCast. You can find us on Instagram at PodlanderCast, and also at Podlander Presents, and also at Sickburn Jane, and also at soon-to-be-invented handle for Karen Peary as part of our new podcast, Girls Just Want to Solve Crimes. The first series will be in the normal podcast feed because Lauren Lyle fucking rules. After that, it's going to have its own feed. Go find it. Girls Solve Crimes, and we talk about them. So you can find all of those Instagram handles out there. Just find one, and you'll find all of them at Podlander Presents, whatever. And you can find us on, did I say Twitter? At Podlander. Yes, okay. And most importantly, you can find us on Patreon, where you can support the show, get access to all kinds of fun bonusy things like really need to do another What Now, and our drag live stream and all of those fun things. We want to thank all of our patrons who make it possible for us to do the show, but especially the following wonderful folks. Take it away, Aaron Pagel.
Allison King, Doc JWS. I saw Goody Proctor with the devil. Kelly Armstrong, Sydney Taylor, Cat's Paw 156, Maddie Perkins, Snazinac, Lisa Brian, Julia Gulia, Kathleen Martini, Lauren Tennant, Kelsey Kemp, Emily Day, Betsy English, Caitlin Reddick, Tina Barnett, Nicole Rodriguez, Kristen Freckled Fury, Laura Coulm, Ham on the Loose, Liz Ann Tinkerbell, Stella Welch, Rochelle Lefevre, Amanda Sims, Jerry Hertel, Emily Carlson, Amy Gustafson, Rachel Townsend, Kelly Mazzella, Schmazazazaza.
Nope, that was Amanda Smazaza.
Hold on. You guys, I'm new. Rachel Townsend, Kelly Mazzella, Chantal Salters, Tara Lucchino, Viv Pickles, a.k.a. Laura, Mary of the Grapefruit, Jenna Pukowski, Ann Gibson, Ruth McCormick, Kara Marlowe, Trish
'cause she's sitting right
McCrary,
here, guys.
Julie DeToit, Jen Lynn, Kelly Bodden, Amanda Smazazaza.
No, Amanda Newton.
That was Amanda Newton.
I know. Amanda Smazazaza is Amanda Sims. You did it like 2.5 minutes ago.
Oh my God.
Did you think Amanda Smazazaza was a real name?
I didn't know.
Did
no,
you think...
I knew that it was not her real name, but also I don't do this part. Anyway, sorry, Amanda Newton. Thanks, Amanda Newton. And Kiki
the Wise. Say hi, Ruth. Say the Wise, Ruth. That's great.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for your support of the show. I should also say our artwork, we should be doing this anyway. Our artwork is by Viv Pickles, aka Laura.
Thank you.
Our theme music is by Alex Trebek, and our funding is brought to you by
you.
Yeah, viewers like you. Bye. Bye.
Hi, folks. Let me see if I can sum up Midnight Burger in about 25 seconds. It'll be fine. So this is how it ends. Eaten by wolves in space.
Pardon me, Gloria. Might my husband and I have a word?
The radio is talking to me.
Really, big monster? Zero, I
surrounded by cavemen.
What the hell is that?
Because you're having a cigarette in 415 million BC.
Where are we?
Space?
Can you narrow that down?
The bad part?
Ava. Yeah, that didn't work at all. At the nexus of all things, there is a diner. Look for Midnight Burger on your favorite podcasting app or just go to weopenat6.com.